Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Welcome back and welcome into another episode of the Wildcast podcast, your unofficial voice for all things Moncton Wildcats. I am your host Adam Lund, and I am here on the podcast and on YouTube. And welcome back. And I'm here with, as you can see, my favorite co-hoster, your favorite co-hoster, and a litany of aficionados for many things. Mr. Jeremy Boucher, how are you?
Very good, Adam. Thank you again for welcoming me into your household.
It's pretty much half your house. It's not. It's my household, your studio. It's our studio now.
It's the studio.
Yeah.
No. Finally back on our routine of Tuesday recordings and Wednesday releases and all that jazz. Nice to be back. Kind of how we used to always do things. Great to be back on the YouTube. And I actually finally watched ourselves last week.
Oh, and your thoughts?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like watching myself on the television.
Gets addicting.
Yeah, for sure. Eventually, I'm gonna take the Ignite TV remote and say Jeremy Boucher and see if I show up on the search results, or Wildcast podcast, and see if it pops up. So that's when we know we've
that's
made
the goal.
It.
Yeah. That's the goal. It's good to be back on YouTube. It's good to be still talking hockey. I don't think we're gonna have as much new hockey as we want to talk about here in the next couple of weeks, but we'll get to that in a bit. All right, let's get at some of the shows. Hell's Kitchen. We're down to the final three. Cody was sent home. He's a good cook. He was all right as a leader, but I mean, that challenge that they did where they got to guess the wrong food, like what's wrong with it all the time in the last line of defense there, that's cool.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's, that's the one that really...
you got to be on.
Yeah, you do. It's the one that's going to tell you who's going to get the spot in the finale.
Yeah.
Some of those sabotages are tough to point out. It's peas or some other green, circly round vegetable... endive instead of romaine lettuce. Like these are tough. Your palate's got to be on point.
Yep.
Tough to see Cody go. I liked him from the get go.
He actually grew on me. Like when I first saw him, I was like, "Oh, this guy is too cocky. He'll be out in 2 or 3 shows." Like he had an attitude, and then he just kind of figured it out and slowly put it together.
That's what you got to do. You
Yep.
know, it's you have to have the confidence and the swagger, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But I think it's kind of got to him, got to his head a little bit. I hope him and Mary Lou become an actual item outside of the kitchen.
Are they not just the cutest little couple?
They're great. But no, final three: Big D, Declan, Corey, and Mary Lou. So it's gonna be a great season finale.
Have they done a final 3 before, or they usually do final 2? Because they made it seem like this was the first time they've done 3. Because they had Declan, Mary Lou, and then they brought in Corey, and they brought in Mary Lou, or whatever the order was.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems like, do they do that often?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Usually they've got those 2 big pillars, and they reveal the final 2 that way.
Yeah.
This time was 3. So they're going to do a cook-off to see who's actually in the finale, and then the finale usually has all the chefs back from the entire show.
Okay.
And then the final 2 get to pick their team.
Oh, okay.
And one team will cook in the blue kitchen, one team will cook in the red kitchen. And then at the end of the show, Chef Ramsay kind of goes through, usually goes through the guest reviews, and then they'll go up the stairs, and one door will be unlocked and the other door will be locked, and the one whose door is unlocked wins the season. So that's how you know who's the winner. And I figure it's going to be, Corey and Mary Lou in the final 2.
I was just going to ask what your final 2 was.
Yeah. Declan, has got a great, obviously very experienced, and has already got that nice resume for himself in culinary. But, I've said Mary Lou and Corey from day one as a final 2, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I picked Declan, even though I said Drew early on. I said the big Irish guy, Big D, and I got the names wrong. I kind of hope if they got to pick their own, so they pick divided evenly, or they pick a certain number of.
So basically, what's going to happen is whoever wins the challenge, will get the first pick.
Oh, okay.
And then so let's say if Corey wins the challenge, she might pick Nikki as her first pick.
Right.
Mary Lou will take Cody, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's just whoever wins the challenge gets first pick until the last one's picked.
So the whole all the cooks are coming back.
From
so they don't pick like 6 out of the remaining. Like each team has 6 instead of.
I'm pretty sure it's all of them.
Declan's gonna be in trouble if he gets to the finals then because he doesn't like Mark. He doesn't like Amber.
Yeah.
I think early on I can't remember the guy that quit. I can't remember what his name was. Peter, I think.
Okay.
He rubbed him the wrong way. So like if Declan gets to the final, Declan might be in trouble if Corey or Mary Lou is smart and picks leaves him with his people that he's wrong there. But yeah, I'm excited to see the finale. This is literally 19 seasons. This is the first time I've watched from start to finish. So I mean, who knows? We could be on season 20 by the time the playoffs get here for the for the Wildcats. But all right, the other show, Big Brother Canada. I mean, you talked about it last week. Both our picks of Tara and now I can't think of who your pick was. Rohan. I want to say Ryan, but Rohan. They were up for elimination.
Yes, they were.
And don't keep me in suspense.
So
who's still alive?
Yes. So last week, I did want to spoil it because I know that sometimes I like to read the spoilers. So when we left off last week, I had said that we had Beth as the head of household, and we had Rohan and Tara up for eviction.
Right.
The Roe show came through, won the power veto. In the biggest backdoor blindside, I think, in Big Brother history, Spicy V, Victoria, was named as the replacement nominee. She did not see this coming. Her and Beth were chit-chatting all week about being, we're good. We're going to go to the end together. Final 2, baby, me and you.
Yeah.
And then Beth goes and pulls, like I said, the biggest backdoor blindside in Big Brother history, puts Victoria up as the replacement nominee, and Victoria is evicted in a unanimous vote. Last week was also a double eviction. So 2 house guests were evicted. So right after Victoria was evicted, there was a new head of household, which I believe was Kiefer. Kiefer then immediately nominated Rohan and Braden for eviction. About a few minutes later, there's a power veto ceremony. I think Jetson or Ty. I always get the two guys confused. But one of those 2 guys won the POV, didn't use it, and my boy Rosho was evicted with a unanimous vote. So I'm out. I'm out of the Big Brother Canada. So far this week we have Jedson, who is the head of household, and he nominated Tina and Tara.
Tara again?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Adam, you were on the block this week.
I did see the commercials where it's like it showed Tara and like how no one's gonna see this coming. Like she's kind of figuring this game out. It seems like I don't watch it, but the few commercials that come on Global when we're watching other TV shows, it kind of seems like they're pointing to she's gonna figure this out. And
yes, 100%. She's really coming into her own zone here, and I think she's got a good chance of sticking around, even though she's on the block. So stay tuned next week. We'll have another Big Brother Canada update. And I think we're going to move into the Masked Singer, our other third show that
the original show that started this.
That's what started the old pop culture segment of this show. Before we actually get into talking about hockey, even though this is a hockey podcast, we like to talk about our television shows. I didn't watch last week's episode, so
what?
Yeah, honestly, I've got about 9 shows right now on the PVR that I haven't got into yet. The last week has just been so busy. Dance class with my daughter.
Are you practicing at home? Is she?
No.
No, but is she practicing so that she makes you practice?
Oh, not yet, but eventually.
Okay. Right.
Dance class, hockey games, left and right. Doing my own thing, trying to watch some midget hockey to get ready for the Q draft, and I just forget about these shows that I have recorded.
Yeah.
So I did the Big Brother recap. Adam, I'll pass it over to you for the Masked Singer recap.
It was the Group B final or finale, I guess. So you'll have the top 4 going into the whole show for the remaining 8. They brought back a second wild card. It was a bulldog. I'll get to who it was. Yeah, nice. I'll get to who it was and who I pretty much figured out it would be. The piglet. I mean, it went away from a lot of the bachelor categories. There was a lot of football. The panel is thinking boy bands. They're thinking, Jordan Knight, Jonathan Knight from New Kids on the Block, AJ McLean, which you had guessed earlier in these episodes that we do here. I thought it was Casey Cale from The Bachelor, but now I'm kind of thinking I gotta believe it's one of the Knight brothers, either Jordan or Jonathan from New Kids on the Block. Who is this? Chameleon. Layla is pretty sure it's what'd she say? Most Def. That's the exact same look I had, but if you know who that is, I mean, he's a '90s rapper.
I'm sorry. That's one I thought was Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
I'm Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, it's still the same kind of type of person, like rap game,
right,
90s, early 2000s. So she's pretty sure that it's Most Def. So the wild card, the second wild card, which I thought was Lionel Richie. Then the way he sang this year and the more clues, I'm kind of leaning towards what you had with Bobby Brown. The other one, the new wild card, was Bulldog. And when Bulldog came out, I was pretty sure it was probably Nick Cannon, who it actually ended up being. And the reason I say that is because if you've ever watched Masked Singer and you've seen the level of costumes, it literally looked like a gold Adidas sweatshirt out of Nick Cannon's, laundry, and a mask you get at the dollar store and you paint it gold. Like there was no big, like a lot of the masks, they got, heads are up to here and the face is here, but they look tall or, big and bulky. And his was just literally like a gold sweatsuit and a bulldog face mask. So it ended up being, there's no vote. It ended up Niecy Nash is like, I'm going to pick who's leaving, which led me to 100% say it's Nick Cannon. So Nick Cannon will finally be back hosting. Thank God. Not that Niecy Nash did a bad job. I don't like change, and I want my show the way I want my show. So you'll probably catch up next week, eh?
Oh, yeah.
It's the Group A, it's the Russian Doll, so you got to be...
Oh, that's my Hanson boys.
Yeah. We'll see if we get a fourth member and then throw that completely into a wrinkle for you.
Jesus. At that point, I would think...
I'm going 98 degrees if we see a fourth member.
Well, I'm sticking with Hanson, but if they do a fourth member, I'm thinking, okay, is it a hint of someone they've collaborated with in the past? Yeah. Look, I'm pretty sure it's Hanson. I'm not going
so
anywhere
even if
else.
There's a fourth doll. You're not.
Not even. Not even. I'm sticking with Hanson.
All right. So yeah, as always, you can follow us on Twitter, Moncton Wildcast, Instagram, Wildcast Podcast, and now subscribe, and like on the YouTube. Let's get to some news and notes from around the league.
News and notes from around the queue.
All right, well, I mean, this probably isn't going to be the happiest segment, but we'll see. All right, Q side of playoffs again last week were delayed and now redone. There's no bye weeks. Teams are going to 1 through 8. So they were slated to start on April 23rd, and now we still don't know because Gatineau has, I think, their whole team, 25 or 23 cases, something like that, which... it's crazy. I mean, you only got, 20, well, they probably got 25, 26 players now, staff and whatnot. So basically half their team, which you told me before, and I couldn't believe it.
I mean, well, geez, when Sherbrooke had that outbreak earlier in the season, I said, what's COVID spelled backwards? And it's, defog. What defog is going on in Gatineau?
I forgot you said that.
I mean, that's tough, man. It's honestly, it's like they're the majority of their team.
Didn't they start this? Weren't they the first team to have the big one, or was it just Sherbrooke that had the very big one?
Sherbrooke had the early one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I can't think back, but
it's been so many different cases and this and that.
Yeah, so that's delaying things quite substantially. No more buys for the playoff for the in the first round. So yeah, it's gonna look a little different.
We'll be lucky if Gatineau and Quebec even. I mean, you pretty much can't say you can't be in the playoffs, but I mean they're one like you said last week, they're one game away from trying game one and taking a COVID case and you're done. So
yeah, exactly. So
it's got to be tough to be in those two markets. Hopefully, obviously, hockey's secondary, so hopefully the guys just stay safe and get kind of over this. To keep on this bright side, no Memorial Cup officially in 2021. We kind of knew this was coming, but we touched on it a little bit. Bigger question: what does this mean for St. John in 2022?
Well, hopefully it doesn't change anything, right? It's they didn't like I mentioned a few weeks ago, they didn't go and reward this year's back to Kelowna or to a dub team. They kept it on schedule. They gave it to the O. It's not happening in the O this year. 2020 May 2022. That's that's the Q's turn. And usually what happens is
you're building for this.
You're building for this. Most teams would have to have a bid. Like would have to notify the Q that they're. I think when Moncton and Halifax were bidding for, what year was it? 2019. Well, the last one.
Yeah.
Right? I think Moncton had to let the league know in April of the previous year.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar to you? Because the players were still around. Because I know they did a big video about it.
I feel like it was even before I got here because I didn't see any Memorial Cup. Like we're planning to have the Memorial Cup in 2019 until I got here and found out. So it might have been early, but I don't remember seeing any player stuff or any Memorial Cup bids and stuff like that.
I'm trying to think when it was, but I
would imagine it's
in a normal
because we know that Quebec and St. John are already putting bids in, right?
Well, nothing's official, right? They're not official until the bids are with the league, and usually it's around April, May of the year before that you hear about okay, these are the teams that are going to be bidding on the Memorial Cup. Here's your presentations, and usually they announce the host city
on the during the Memorial Cup, right?
Something like that,
something around there. Yeah.
So it's obviously things are a little different. I mean, you have to think we're gonna have a full season next year, but no, you got to think there's got to be some bids out there that are going to be official. They'll probably wait till the end of the season, but
yeah,
let's just hope we can keep our turn.
I mean, this you can read the statement on the CHL's Twitter there at CHL Hockey, but right at the bottom, further decisions regarding the timing and location of the 2022 Memorial Cup will be announced at a later date. And really, it all just depends on when this season. I mean, man, you just really got to feel bad for the 20-year-olds in Ontario. Like this pretty much ends their season, even though I don't think the OHL is actually shut down. But this pretty much ends. I mean,
well, yeah, they still want to play. They're still talking with the governments. But today, the OJHL announced a cancellation of their series. That's Junior A.
Yeah.
Quebec Junior A canceled their seasons. I don't think midget AAA in Quebec's going to get on the ice, so that's going to be tough for
drafting
for our teams in drafting. But if the OHL can get 10, 15, 20 games in, why not?
Yeah.
Just give these kids some playing time.
Because that's basically what the WHL's at. I mean, there's no reason to have a playoffs now.
Yeah, but it's Ontario's on a province-wide lockdown until the end of June, early May. No, sorry, not June, April.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself here. End of April or early May. So, I mean, best case scenario, they're starting mid-May and ending things in.
What's the point?
Yeah, at that
you're
point,
just
right?
Bringing guys back. You're not bringing any Euros, any real rookies, just to turn around and be like, well, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well stay for camp next year, I guess. Season/camp, because, I mean, just end it. It sucks. Stay healthy, and come back next year with hopefully a full season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll just keep going with the bad news until we get to finally good news in the league. Well, you're the guy that talks to all the premiers and gets hockey going back, and I guess you'll probably be busy this week. No bubble. Maybe a bubble somewhat, but no bubble on April 19th.
Nope. So
keep us updated,
if
sir.
you like these games against Bathurst and St. John, we got some good news for you.
Yes. We're only playing them till the end of April.
That's right. So yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to get to see Charlottetown or Halifax or Cape Breton in the regular season. We are stuck with the Teton and the Sea Dogs until the rest of the regular season.
May 1st when it ends.
And then they're hoping that May 3rd would be the new date for the bubble. The premiers are going to meet the last week of April. See how things are going then. If they can get going on May 3rd, they'll get things going on May 3rd. But they've already said, if things don't look promising for the first week of May, they'll have to push it back to May the 10th. So at that point, the league's pushed back the Quebec playoffs. Are they going to push back the Maritime playoffs? That's to be determined. But let's just fingers crossed for May the 3rd, because conveniently enough, that's the next day after that would be the 1-game knockout. Is that correct? May the 4th?
Yep. Be with you.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you. That the first time we would see the Cape Breton Eagles would be in a 1-game knockout.
And that literally that's the first time that has ever happened in league history.
Yeah.
Because you usually play the other teams in Quebec at least twice. So
crazy world we're living in.
Yep.
So yeah,
completely different teams. We saw them in the preseason. That's it. Completely different.
Barring a major Wildcats winning streak and Moosehead's losing streak,
which could happen.
Which very well could happen.
I mean, they get to play Cape Breton, so
yeah. We are set to face Cape Breton in a 1-game knockout on May 4th at the Avenir Center.
And let's be honest, we keep going with these cases and pushing things back. Every playoff game will be a one game. Chris will finally get his March Madness style 1-game knockout. You bring your best, bring with what you got, and we might I shouldn't say we might not. We might get to that, but yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of assess what Cape Breton would look like. I got a feeling we got a good chance at that one.
Well, I guess we'll see. 1-game knockouts. That's the beauty of March Madness, or in this case, would be May Madness.
May Madness.
So we'll.
I think
we'll see
I think the Q just found out their new hashtag.
May Madness.
May Madness.
Hashtag.
Well done. All right, we'll finally get to some good news. I mean, I guess we had a little bit of good news if you like seeing Bathurst and St. John play against the Wildcats, but some good news. The QMJHL Team of the Week was announced, and there were some Wildcats on that. Your forwards, Thomas Casey for the Islanders, 4 goals, 3 assists in 3 games. Matthew Dugagne, 2 goals, 5 assists in 3 games. And your captain, Jacob Hudson, 4 games, 5 goals, 2 assists, and a +5. The defenseman, 3 games, 1 goal, 5 assists for Adam McCormick. And your rookie call-up defenseman, Thomas Darcy, 2 goals and no assists, +3 in 4 games. Just coming into his own there. And the goaltender was Alexei Gravel, 1-1 with the 3.5 goals against average. So, I mean, Jacob Hudson, not so much a surprise. Thomas Darcy, good for him. I mean, he's played, 5 games? 6 games?
He's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. But we'll maybe we'll hear his name later in the show. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but maybe I'll throw him out. Throw a Darcy drop.
Drop. Ooh. Darcy drop. All right. All right. Let's speaking of the team, let's get to the weekly rewind.
Weekly Rewind.
That's another hashtag.
That is another hashtag. Darcy drop. He's going to enjoy that. All right. So, yeah, much better week for the Wildcats. Over the 4 games, they went 2-2, bringing the record to 10, 15, 2, and 1 for a .411 winning percentage. But if we're being honest, as we get into these 4 games, they should have been 3-1. Not even they could have been. They should have been 3-1.
Yes, I will 110% agree. They were 5 minutes away from being 3-1.
Yeah.
But my folks, that's my folks. Anyways, here's another one. Thomas Twickles the Twine.
If you wanna hashtag that, you absolutely can.
I just thought of that. It just came in my head.
I don't doubt that.
Thomas Twiggles. Is tickles? What's the word?
Tickles.
Is it twickles? No,
Tickles the twine.
Tickles the twine. There you go. Yeah.
We'll get there.
Thomas
We'll get
tickles
there.
the twine. Say that 10 times fast.
No, thank you. All right, so we'll go all the way back to April 6th quickly. We're going to kind of recap all 4 of these as we go. 49 shots for Moncton. They beat Bathurst 5-3. I went on the post-game show Sunday, and I said it was probably their most complete game. I asked you via message, and you said this one was probably their most complete game. 49 shots. That has to be a record for this team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole calling out Dakota Lund Cornish last week
seemed to work in our favor.
Seems to have worked
In our favor, yeah.
So when the podcast talks, the boys listen.
Took 3 years.
Yeah. Well, and it's look. I'm sure it's not because of that. I'm sure he just knew he had to be better.
Yeah.
It was a very good game from Lund Cornish. Made some saves. I said last week, got to make a save. He made some saves. So this was a very very complete game. Same thing with the win against St. John. Again, another complete game. If they can start playing complete games, they can compete. They're going to win these games, right? They're in these games. They're not the roster on paper might look like, trailer trash. Pardon, I mean that in a nice way.
Junior A style.
Yeah, it has a junior A feel, but it's not. Like this team, I think it has to do with a lot with the man who's behind the bench. He asks a lot of these players, and they deliver. And who doesn't want to play for an NHL coach, right? It's if you're playing for an NHL coach, there's so many connections and contacts that Dan Lacroix has in his back pocket. That these players can look at other options. You might think that this player is only might go play youth sports, but there might be an opportunity down the road where they might actually get a pro deal because I'm sure he's got contacts in the AHL, he's got contacts in the ECHL, he's everywhere. So when you can play for a coach like him, you're in a good spot
and leave an impression, like not just play for him. And I said they should have been 3-1. They could have been 4-0 if they just would have started on time on the Tuesday on the back-to-back night. And again, as good as Dakota Lund Cornish was Tuesday, I don't know about you, but I openly question the deal to go back to him on Wednesday, especially in a back-to-back night. If we just talked about needing to see Sheehan more, or not Sheehan, we did see him, needing to see Philly on more, giving him more starts just because he's your guy moving forward. But, they gave up 2 goals on 6 shots or 4 shots or something like that, called the timeout, settled things down, ended up, outscoring the Sea Dogs 3-2. But maybe a good start there. I'm not saying that a different goaltender would have made a difference. I'm just saying just a start in general in that one. They could have maybe been 4-0 and put a lot of extra points in the bank when they're chasing Halifax. That game Tuesday night, they did everything they could in coming back. Just when you have such a young roster, it was a lot of Langlois, Barbashev, and Hudson. And when they pulled the goalie, God love them, they had nothing left in the tank. Yeah. Nothing. And they couldn't even keep the puck in the zone. They had nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, that was you could tell they wanted to get that equalizer, and it just didn't happen. They were it wasn't the greatest extra attacker setup that I've seen. So maybe that's something they can work on. But no, that's a tough one. I think they battled. They really wanted that point, but just couldn't get it. But to be down 3-0 and then kind of chip away and at least get the game within 1.
Yeah,
you can't complain.
Yeah, after being down 4-1. And the fourth goal, they just you give Kotkoff the puck on the corner and he comes out to the middle, you're going to watch him. You're going to make sure he's not shooting. And Ryan Francis was able to sneak in. But I had said I can't remember who I was talking to, it was at work there. DLC had 2 goals on 3 shots, and I think it was the 11th shot of the period. If he doesn't make that save, it was 3 goals and 10 shots. He doesn't make that save, his night was done. Like he rebounded very well after the second, because I've many times said you have to give the 16-year-old the best opportunities to succeed when he's going to start, and bringing him off the bench is not the way to do it. I was shocked that Filion didn't come in because he was the backup that night. I was kind of shocked he didn't come in, especially just because it was the back-to-back nights.
That's one thing with Dan Lacroix. He doesn't seem to be one to change goalies, right?
Yep.
It's we've seen situations where we're coaching from home, right? We're the armchair coaches here, and we chat back and forth during the games, and they should pull on Cornish and put Philly in. The game's out of hand.
Yep.
It sounds good, but at the same time, it's like, all right, well, the last thing you want is for your future number 1 goaltender to go in there and get lit up and lose confidence, and so.
And I've defended Lacroix for not doing that in the 6-1 games, the third period, the 7-1 game, or whatever, the two bad ones. But I just thought with an intermission down 3, it wasn't so much Lon Cornish's fault. You just needed a spark, and down 3-0. Sometimes you can get that spark from the backup goalie. So this game in particular, I was surprised that Filion wasn't in the net in the second period, I guess, for me.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm in the same way, right? It just we coach, like I said, we coach from home.
we
right?
GM from here.
We criticize the team.
Yeah.
But you have to realize, like, there's decisions that they make for a reason.
Yeah.
And you have to think that it's he doesn't like pulling the goalie or changing goalies in a game. Well, and it's true. The last thing you don't want your rookie goaltender to go in there and get lit up and lose confidence, right?
100%.
He's still young, and he's been playing super well. So that's the last thing you want right now is for him to go in there and Filion himself give up a couple goals on 3 or 4 shots, and what's that going to do to him for the next?
And you have
what's that going to do to him the next game, right? So. If Lund Cornish is in there and it's 6-0 St. John, just leave him. I think leave him in. Like, really, what is there left for him to prove? There is nothing left for him to prove. He's played his career in this league. He's got his university commitment. He's only got a month left of junior hockey. I don't think he minds staying in there for 6 goals against.
Yeah, no, that's the only reason I said it was back-to-back nights, but I mean, it could have backfired and Filion goes in and then you're in trouble the next one. So the next one is the one they should have won if they don't get into penalty trouble with about 5 minutes left, and it was a tripping call, and then one of the worst penalties in the game. If it happens to you and if it happens to the other team, it's awesome. When you need it, that was the delay game on Hamill. I mean, I guess the story was Sheehan got a start, and he played all right for his first start in 5 months.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, there was nothing that was his fault, really.
This was as surprising as anything.
Yeah.
I did not see him getting a start. It was just when I saw he was starting, I was like, oh, I forgot he was even on the team. But no, good for him. It's I don't know what his Q career will be after this season. I don't know if he's going to be around next year. Maybe he's just there to play some action, get some teams to take a look at him. Because hey, if he's a good if he wants to come in and play, back up the Filion and maybe play 20 games, 20, 25 games, maybe 30 next year. Yeah. I don't think he'd play 30. Great. Keep him around.
Yep.
But I think he's going to want a better opportunity. So I'm glad he kind of got that action because he did play really well. He made some really key saves.
Yep.
that if he didn't make those, it's Moncton doesn't have the lead with 5 minutes left. I mean, the end result would have been the same, but
you're not in it.
You're not
you
in
don't have
it.
a chance.
Yeah.
And when you say he might not be here next year, that's nothing against him. I think we're both under the thought that a veteran or a free agent or an acquisition of an older guy will come in, because it's really tough in a rebuild to go with 17-year-old goaltenders.
Yeah.
2 17-year-old goaltenders, even though one is the goaltender of the future. Sheehan could come in and camp and just light the world on fire. We've seen that in the past couple camps where a goalie plays really well. He played well enough to get a spot on the team. So there's no reason why I don't think he can do that next year. He's another year older. He's got some experience in the net. I mean, there was nothing he could do on the kidney goal, the game winner. It was a McCormick pass. It was wide open. He dove over trying to do everything he can, but you're right. He didn't do anything, it's like a game manager quarterback in football. Just go in there, make the saves you need to. You don't have to be spectacular, but you don't also want to, I guess, cause a turnover in football, but you don't want to do anything to cause anything. And I don't think he did. I think he played very well. And I think if Dan needed to go back to him, I don't think he's got any chance or any hesitation to go back to him, because what we didn't realize last week when we said we got to go with Sheehan more is it was 4 games in 6 nights. So you're going to want to give your goaltenders some rest. And then we finished it up on Sunday, Masters Sunday, with we were both wrong on who our Masters picks were. I don't even know
who.
I don't even know if
Hideki Matsui, is that his name?
No, Matsuyama.
Who's Hideki Matsui?
He plays baseball.
That's the one. Right. Hideki Matsui.
He's in is that in Knocked Up, where Paul Rudd's character goes for the baseball draft, and he's like, but we got Matsui, because she's all mad at him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Hideki Matsui.
Hideki Matsuyama, I think is his name.
Okay.
I can't remember. I'll look it up. Anyways, I don't even think DeChambeau made the cut, and Jordan Spieth was in it for a while, but then Matsuyama, first Japanese winner ever, just was playing great golf there. But let's not talk about golf. Let's talk about hockey. 6-3 victory, Moncton over St. John. Started on fire. Give the team, after a tough loss, they come back, they battle hard, they get that nice 4-1 lead, and then bang, bang, it's 4-3, and I don't know about you, but I was worried a little bit, because we've seen those goals that deflate the hockey club. So I was with about 7 minutes left, I was like, don't play not to lose. Don't go into your shell. Just keep trying to be aggressive, and I understand when St. John gets 1 and then they get that, and they're down by 1, they've got all the confidence. But credit Moncton, they didn't really go into as much of a shell as they could have gone into.
No, they didn't. I'm going to throw out a Neil Hodge quote here, because, once St. John made it 4-3, you pay for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Yep, $100.
And, that kind of got a little bit white-knuckle time at the Avenir Center. But then, your big players always step up in big moments, and let's just say that Jacob Hudson goal to make it 5-3 was a weak one. I think it was a weak one.
Oh, the 4-3 one in the 5-hole?
Yeah.
I think if Iman has a chance, he wants that one back.
Oh man, that was that's nothing against the shot, but I mean that's right through the wickets.
Yeah.
And that has to be stopped at that part of the that's crucial moment of the game.
Yep.
That has to be stopped. And it wasn't, fortunately for us.
Yeah.
Because if that was stopped, you knew that last few minutes that ice was going to be tilted.
Yeah.
And Feast Atlantic wants to send me a message. So I think I won one of the prizes for Patin Fest here, folks. Let's get a live commentary here.
It's gonna be awkward if you didn't.
Request. Ho!
What'd you win?
Hello, you are the winner of our content. You have the choice between the PS5 and the Echelon exercise bike.
Imagine a guy that doesn't play video games has a chance at a PS5. Are you serious?
I am not joking.
All because of that one poutine that was here.
Congratulations. By accepting this prize, you agree we can post your name in our social media and marketing content. If we do not receive a message back after 24 hours, we may choose another winner. Well, folks, I am going to accept and reply saying, hey there, this is amazing. Thank you so much.
What are you picking?
Heart emoji. I don't know, folks. I want that PS5. I just don't know what I would do with a bike. It's an exercise. It's an exercise bike, right?
Yeah.
So
you
it's
set
not
up
like it's not like a bike.
No, you set up a TV, you get a Peloton membership, and you.
I'm going PS5.
Yeah,
Let's
right.
go PS5. Oh my god, this is absolutely amazing. Sorry for this, folks. I will.
How many poutines have you had?
Accept the PS5.
That's unbelievable.
Smiley face.
I hate you right now so much.
Send.
Right? I hate you. I mean, I love you, but I also hate you so much.
This is absolutely amazing.
How many poutines did you have?
3?
Huh. I wonder I wonder which one it was that
Well,
won.
everyone I had, I shared on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And that was the contest.
Yeah.
Is anytime you ate a poutine, you'd have to take a picture of it, put it on Instagram, hashtag Feast Poutine Week 21, and I guess I won. So
That's unbelievable.
there you go, folks. That's basically how you become part of a live contest winning. Not necessarily live, but that's how I react when you find out that I've won a $500 gaming console. Is that what it is? $600 gaming console.
For a guy who doesn't game as much.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I've wanted one.
Trade
right?
it for a PS4.
No, that's okay. So this is absolutely fantastic. Sorry, folks. We'll get back to the hockey talk.
All right. Yeah.
But what are we doing here?
St. John.
That's
6-3.
right. The win. That's right.
The win. Yeah.
We're following up a win with a win.
Yeah,
Let's talk about more winning.
Where do you want to talk about the power play issues or the one giveaway that led to the first St. John goal?
Let's talk about Tristan DeYoung here for a second.
All right.
Look, Tristan. I know what you're doing here. I've you've been a great asset since coming to Moncton, but maybe next game, let's not clear the puck right up the center, right onto the stick of a St. John player, and then a period or two later, try to dangle around the same player while skating out of your own zone.
Wasn't the best.
Let's just avoid doing that.
Yeah.
That's when I saw when I saw the giveaway, I said that might have been the biggest mistake I've seen him make in his 3 years here.
100%.
And then a couple periods later, he does that little,
behind the legs dangle thing.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. Let's not do that again. Keep it simple. That's what your game is simple. You're mistake-free defender. You're not Drew Doughty back there. You're Tristan DeYoung.
Yeah.
Just play your own game.
That 100%, and that kind of all actually ties in a little bit to the power play. They need a quarterback. They need a guy on the back end or even on the half wall that just kind of. You're into telling everyone you won that thing, aren't you?
I am 100% telling everybody I know right now. Yep.
It just feels like they need a quarterback. Like they just said, like they had the 4-minute power play in the first period, and like you said, Tristan DeYoung is everything we've ever asked of him to be for this team, and he's trying to be a quarterback, and they can get going a little bit, but they just need that guy to kind of calm everything down, make a simple play, make a simple pass in the zone, because their power play right now, I think, is what we're here. 0 for 3, 1 for 2, so that's 1 for 5. I'm just checking here. I should have had this stats there. This way it allows me to let you 0 for 6, so that's now, what are we at here? 8, 1 for 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the game against Bathurst we had. Where's that game against Bathurst? 5-3. So 1 for 11. Right now we are 2 for 15. 2 for 15 on the power play in these last 4 games, and they went 2 and 2. So,
well, you know what's missing? Philip Daou.
Oh, that's a big part of it.
You know,
and maybe
he's literally
maybe
the
he was the
power
quarterback
play.
that we're looking for. Yeah,
he's like the Johnny Gaudreau, right? He's like the power play.
Yeah,
right. He's the one that
everything
the
goes
power
through.
play goes through.
Yeah,
Philip Daou.
Yeah,
goes through Philip Daou. There you go.
Well done. You're getting good at this.
I'm most deaf.
Give this guy a PS5 and he's all over the place. Yeah, no, I guess you're bang on. You kind of forget about Dow, just the impact he had on the power play. I mean, you're right. I wouldn't say Johnny Gaudreau. I'd say Connor McDavid, but he's the guy that they funnel everything through, and he makes.
Depends who you cheer for.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't say I cheer for the Flames much these days. I'm happily with full tank mode.
So yeah, I mean that's 2 out of 15. Something needs to change within these, and it will eventually get going. It's taking a bit to get there. So, I mean, we've got now 3 games left against Bathurst, St. John, and Bathurst, and probably I would guess 4 or 5 more between the end of the year. Maybe 4 more, 2 against each team.
We got 2 extra weeks. So yeah, 2, 4. I would say probably another 4 or 5 games at least.
Yeah.
And yeah, some more Bathurst and Sea Dog action.
Looks like we're getting to play against Jan Bednar tomorrow again.
That definitely looks like it
because our snow started tonight.
Is getting lit up tonight.
Yep.
So
these 3 games, 6 points. Is it realistic to expect 5 out of 6 points? They start tonight at home against Bathurst, and they're on the road for St. John and Bathurst, obviously. Is it back-to-back? It is back-to-back nights. Is it realistic to expect, the way they've played over the past week, 5 of 6 points?
Oh, I'm not going that far, buddy.
No.
No.
Because that's 2 wins and an OT loss.
No, I can't go that far. I'll be happy with the 3. Give me the last time we did this. Yeah. We said 3 out of 6, and we got our 3 out of 6. So, give me the 3 out of 6. That's I would at this point I wouldn't even be upset with 0, because what's it change? Absolutely nothing.
No, unless Halifax loses.
Right? In Halifax, let's be honest,
is losing. But are they? You really think they're going to lose against Cape Breton? I don't think so. The odds of Halifax winning games against Cape Breton, I think, are higher than Moncton's odds against winning against Bathurst and St. John. Yeah. So at this point, there is literally nothing that we can play for. Yeah. Are we mathematically out of it? Are we? Is it possible we won't even catch Halifax? No, it's not. Like we can still physically catch Halifax. I just don't think it's possible. Right.
So
I don't expect the 5 points. I just wonder, after the week they had, is it too much to expect 5 out of the 6 points?
Oh, is it too much?
Yeah. I'm good with 3 like you are. Like, just get some points in these games to at least get the confidence and I guess put some pressure on Halifax that we're catching them. But is it too much to expect after where they could have been 3-1 to expect 5 out of 6 points? And it's nice to talk about those expectations.
So that's the thing. I don't want to put too many expectations on this team.
Yeah.
Again, different scenario last year. Last year if we were playing, 3 games against Bathurst and St. John, I would have said give me 6.
You need 6, the minimum.
Yeah.
You have to.
But it is different, right? Like, 3 points, anything more than 3 points. 3 points or more, I am ecstatic.
Yep.
If it's 2, it's 2. If it's 1, it's 1. If it's 0, it's 0, right? There's nothing to play for right now. I mean, best case scenario, we catch Halifax and we move out of the lottery.
Yeah.
I think that's what
that's the expectation.
Is what is wanted within the organization.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's possible at this point. What are we looking at right now?
Because Rouyn-Noranda is 12th and they're done.
They're
So
done. We can't catch them.
We can't catch them.
Um,
And then St. John, which we're likely on.
we're not catching them.
No, they're at 533, unless we beat them for the rest of the year, and maybe who knows. But yeah, I mean, it goes Bacomo, Sherbrooke, Gay Breton, Rimouski, Moncton, Halifax, who's 15-17-5 for a 476 clip. We got a 411. So
yeah, it's not
there.
going to happen. It's there, but it's just not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Especially not being able to play them.
Exactly. There's no 4-point games.
Yeah, that's the key.
So that's it. Right? We're not. If they catch them, look, I'll probably eat my underwear. All right.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. If we manage to catch Halifax, I'll eat my underwear. But I just don't see it happening. You know, that would just put it. That's it. There's nothing left for this team. We can't move up. The only thing we can do really is improve on that winning percentage. And what's that going to do? We're just not catching Halifax.
I would say the goal of this team is to be over 500 by the time the season ends.
Oh,
which is
that's far off. That's
only
5
5
wins.
games.
It's 5 wins. It's not going to happen. 5 wins in what? 8 games?
3.
5 wins in 10, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had. Yeah, I thought they were a little bit. I don't know why. I just said 10 and 15, and I thought they were like 10 and 12.
You're basically asking this team to win 5 of 8.
Yeah,
and that's not going to happen.
No. Unless they get everybody back healthy, it could happen.
Well, I mean, tonight
it's not. Yeah,
tonight we're probably going to have LeBlanc back. We're probably going to have Bernier back, and Loshing is week to week. Dow is probably 2 weeks away.
And
McKinning's 2 weeks away. I think LaBelle's done for the year.
Yeah,
I think we'll see him in training camp.
There's no point to bring him back.
No, I think he's concussed. Don't even bring him back. You know, best case scenario, this team has everybody back in time for playoffs, in time for that 1-game knockout, except for LaBelle. That's the thing. There's no point in rushing these players back.
Yeah, that should be your goal.
Because there's no need to.
Yeah.
Right? And it comes back to look, it's mathematically possible. I'm just saying it's not going to happen because if you look at it, we literally would have to go. I mean, how many games does Halifax have left against Charlottetown? We don't know. Moncton would literally have to go 6-8. If they went 6-8, we would probably. I think we could catch Halifax, and Halifax would have to go probably 2-8 or whatever it is, right? There's just no. I just don't think it's possible that we catch Halifax at this point. So we're playing for that 1-game knockout against Cape Breton. We hope that lottery pick that ball doesn't come out as the Halifax Mooseheads, and we go into that May 4th game against Cape Breton, and hopefully get to that next step, which would be a 1-game knockout against Halifax.
Yep,
that's the outlook.
Yep, Charlottetown plays Halifax on the 17th, and then they'll get their schedule for the rest of the bubble. All right, let's get to everyone's favorite time of the show.
Eric Murray Realty. Buy a house from him.
Stick tap of the week.
Well, they had one until about.
So now you got 2
until about 10 minutes ago. But no, it's there was a big birthday at the rink Sunday. Brent DeBourne, everybody's best friend, Brent DeBourne, big 2-5.
Yeah,
crazy. So happy birthday, stick tap to Brent DeBourne and hell, just because of what happened 13 minutes ago. I'll also give a stick tap to Feast Atlantic for making me the big winner of a PS5. I don't know, what is it, a PS5 or a Echelon exercise bike? Yeah, I think I'll probably, I go to the gym. I don't need an exercise bike. I'll take a PS5. I'll probably. The funny thing is I'll probably stop going to the gym because I have a PS5.
So you're saving money.
Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty cool. I still can't get over that. I wonder if it comes with a game. Tell me what game I should buy. NHL, NFL.
Not NFL, NHL.
No, NHL.
Oh, you play Call of Duty.
I'm not a big
Fortnite.
Not a big guns guy.
No.
I
I'm terrible. I shoot like this, and I miss the person. They kill me. So. I have NHL. I enjoy it.
Yeah, maybe I'll do NHL. You can play with a Q, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I'll do the Q. Do you have NCAA football too?
That's coming out actually next year. They haven't made that since PS3, 2008, I believe, when they stopped doing the naming rights,
Okay.
kind of thing. So that's coming out next year, actually on the PS5 on the next gen. Yeah, I'd go to the NHL. I've had that for many years. I got it right now. Just in the Stanley Cup final with Minnesota 3 years down the road.
There you
So
go. So there's that. That's my my 2 stick taps. My 1 that was planned. My 2nd that was
unplanned.
So happy belated birthday, Brent. And merci beaucoup. Thank you, Feast Atlantic, for obviously enjoying the fact that I ate 3 poutines, which was the under, by the way, because we said 5.
Yeah. Still got 2 days left.
Isn't it over?
I thought you said it was 15th.
Oh, I thought it was the 11th. Anyways.
Anyways. It's probably over because the contest.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So here we go. That's that. Yeah, once you start eating too many poutines, your gut just starts hating you a little bit.
Then you need
I was
the
on the
bike.
can a lot, man. I gotta tell you that.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the Remax Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
All right, and that brings us to Rosemary Lynn's Wildcast Wildcat of the Week. The grand opening is April 19th from 4 till 8. Then opening day is April 20th, located at 1224 Mountain Road, Unit 6. So if you drive by, I believe she just put up new signs, if I saw correctly on the Instagram and the Facebook page there. They offer relaxing, therapeutic, deep tissue massage, mommy-to-be massage, as well as many other services there. You can now book your appointments. They started taking bookings on April 9th. Just call Nicole 830-1224 or follow her on Facebook and Instagram, Rosemary_Lynn's Massage. Rosemary_Lynn's_Massage. He came back at the right time. He's found some excellent chemistry with Hudson and Langlois. I mean, he had a little bit of that chemistry early on in the year, but they've taken it to another level. He's bringing the physicality. Now he's bringing some scoring with it. He had 2 goals, 2 assists in these 4 games this past week. Your Rosemary Lynn Massage Wildcat of the Week is number 49, Maxim Barbashev. And I won't lie, it was difficult to make that decision. I had a couple names. I know you've got an honorable mention one. The other, I guess we'll have 2 honorable mentions. It's a big one. Owen Stammer, he had 4 assists. So your honorable mention, sir?
So my honorable mention, we did mention his name earlier in the show. I think he deserves absolutely every opportunity to have a guaranteed spot on next season's roster. Thomas Darcy.
Yep.
Literally has stepped in as a call-up and done more than enough to prove that he can play in this league. Just another fantastic find in the later rounds by the Wildcats coaching staff. 8th round, 147th overall. To put things into perspective here, last season when he played with Collège Este Blondin, the Phoenix, I know I might have not got that right.
Better than me.
He was a -22.
Wow.
And in 9 games with the Wildcats, he is a +6. So to be a +6 on this team is fantastic. I don't think you can ask for more than that. 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points in 9 games. Staying out of the box, he only got 2 penalty minutes. According to his Elite Prospects page, he is ready to play with in the Quebec Junior A League next year, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that'll happen.
I like his chances of being with the Wildcats permanently.
That's a perfect 5'6" defenseman.
Yes,
Makes
100%.
smart plays, chips in offensively, does the little things right.
Who does he remind you of?
Oh,
Without the turnovers.
Tristan DeYoung.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure if that's the guy or if there was a different defenseman, but he's Tristan DeYoung.
His poise with the puck is his poise is amazing. Always happens to make the smart shots on goal. He's not shooting it into the pant legs or anything like that. He's finding a lane. He's generating rebounds. He's scoring goals. He's jumping in on the rush and scoring a beautiful 2-on-1 goal against St. John to make. I think that was the 4-1 goal.
That was a game winner. Yep.
Yeah, the GWG for the TD. Thomas twickled the twine to make it 4-1. And that's the knee drop on the fourth goal. That's the Darcy drop. So that is my honorable mention for the cat of the week is Thomas Darcy.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I think he's done more than enough to have a very good shot of putting his stamp on the team next year. And I can't remember if he's getting power play time, but I think if he hasn't, I gotta believe he's at least earned that on the second power play just to see how he does with those extra minutes. So that'll do it for us this week. Again, thanks for joining us on the podcast. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube. If you liked it, hit subscribe, hit like, keep making us infamous. Don't forget, game tonight versus the Acadie Bathurst Titan. Use your January 8th ticket as well. There are games on the road, 17th and 18th. I'm not sure. I know the one in Bathurst is on Rogers TV, the French broadcast, and I'm not 100% sure about the St. John one, but here's hoping. And, I mean, we'll be back next week to recap those games, and I would imagine we'll have some dates for the next few weeks, as sadly we don't get to see an Atlantic bubble. As always, thanks for downloading. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Have a good night.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.